Hi again. So here's a game with just one dice, and again, generally to start with we always try to use spotty dice, and you can play it with any number of players, and the idea is to be the person who gets closest to 21 with their die rolls. So one way to play it is alternate taking turns. So if I start this round, I'd keep rolling, so I've got 5 and I'm going to add them up. So to begin with, we could maybe write them down. So I've got 5 to start with, and then 2. So I could start, if you've done the symbols, I could start writing this down. That's 5 plus 2 equals 7. So I've got 7. Another 2. 7 plus 2 equals 9. Or we could just be doing this in our head. So let's carry on now. So I've got 9, and 6 is 15, and 15 and 2 is 17. So my score is 17 for that round. And as you progress, you can talk about what are the chances, when should you stop, should I have carried on. Well, actually 17, I could have got a 1, 2, 3 or 4 and I would still have been below 21 or up to 21. But I'm going to stick at 17 for now. So this is now the other person's go. 2, 3, 4, 9, 13, 16. Now if I want to win this round, I'd have to roll again. 16 and 5 is 21. So you can do different scoring. You could just literally score for who's got the closest to 21. What you could do alternatively is to say that if you win a round, so you could have more people, so the whole family could play. Whoever's closest to 21 gets 1 point. But if you go over 21, you lose a point. So in order to do that, you might have to start with, say, 10 points each. So if this was me, 8 for Helen, and this is L for, don't know, Lara or Louis or Lawrence or anything. Right, so you might have to start with, say, start with 10 points each. So if you win one, so I've just won one, so I'd go to 11, add 1. But let's suppose this person had carried on throwing from 17, 19. They'd have gone over 21, so they'd have gone down a point. So instead of having 10, they'd have gone to 9. So obviously, if you're going to play this game, you need to change who goes first. So if there's a group of you, just whoever goes first just moves on to the next person. Obviously, this is very similar to playing with cards. So here we're just practicing adding numbers up to 6. If you have got different dice, and you can get these brilliant little sets of, they're called gaming dice. Let's go on to one of those well-known sites where you can buy lots of things. And then you could play this game with different numbers. So you could play it to start with just, I've got a dice here that just goes, oh, what does it go up to actually? 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've got a dice here, so we just roll it, and it's the point at the top, so that would be a 4. So you roll with that. There's a 10, so this is an 8-sided dice, so you'd then be practicing with different numbers, and there should be a 10-sided dice. This is my 10-sided dice, okay, which goes from 0 to 9. It's really important to get your kids to know about 0. So 0 is, if we add or subtract 0, we don't change the number. So just some ideas of how you can change this game. And there you go, 21. Obviously, you could change this number. You could play it with cards, but they've got to start recognising the dot patterns on the cards, which are different to dot patterns on dice and the cards I play with. So the more you can do that just involves your kids having fun and doing some adding up is just brilliant. So play as much as you can.